Hi, Captain Steve for BoatTEST.com, and today we're going to be looking at the first of a new series from Galeon, a premium builder, the GTO series, Grand Touring Outboard. This brings a whole new market segment to Galeon and introduces them to the quality of the brand, the fit and finish, and the strength of build. But it's got to be all about the entertaining on this boat, so come on aboard and I'll show you some of the highlights. Now, the first thing I notice is that we can access the cockpit for both port and starboard. That's a big deal. Normally we'll see a seat that wraps around here and stops us from coming into one side. Now, we're missing that seat, but to be honest, that's probably the least used seat in the whole setup. It's in the corner, and if you sit in it, your legs are hitting someone else, so I think this is a much more sensible solution. The walk-through to starboard is 17 inches wide. There's a big speaker in the bulwarks, cubby underneath, and just behind, freshwater shower. We can also add to the entertainment capabilities by dropping down this side balcony. Once it's down, we can add rails to it, and it adds 3 feet 4 inches to the beam of the boat. Now, of course, we can also add to the entertainment capabilities by putting a pedestal table in the center, but I really like that we have the bench seat going all the way across. Each of the seats is double wide, so it tops out at 65 inches across. Opposing seating just ahead, both of them have flip-up armrests, stainless steel drink holders, and look at the fit and finish that we're already starting to see. That's indicative of the quality that Galeon puts out. Beautiful pattern stitching, contrast bead welding, plus I can also tell that there's different levels of density to the foam, adding even more comfort. We even have custom embroidery, and notice also that these seats have flip seat backs so we can make them into aft facing and watch the action going on at the swim platform. And there are 2 of them. Of course, this is probably going to be the more popular one because it's connected to the side balcony. And it's got a retractable swim ladder, 3-step with wood treads just off of the back. I also like that we have a platform ahead of the engine, so we have plenty of room to walk back and forth and even sit and relax in these aft facing seats. Now, if the sun gets to be too much, we have a sure shade extendable awning. Now, over to the port side, obviously we've got this great cooking area. Lift up the hatch. There's a single basin sink and a single burner electric grill. This can be opted out for a double burner electric grill simply by going from the landscape mode to portrait mode, and that leaves you room for putting 2 grills in. Underneath, storage, trash receptacle, and a refrigerator. Now the entertainment continues as we make our way to the bow. Heavy door that opens down, not out and over against the windshield. It's a heavy door, so it's a lot easier opening it this way than having to bring it up from the windshield. And it's also supported by a gas assist strut, so it's easy to close. Headroom, well, I'm 5 feet 8 inches and I get a little head knock right here, but Galeon has thought of that too. A lot of thoughtful touches. Now, as we make our way up the side deck, no steps. Everything's on a single level, and I say single level, but there's a little bit of an incline here, but it's a ramp. It's not a step, so you're not going to get that blind step as you come down. Now, of course, there's also a lower air dam, and notice that it closes from the outside in so that when the boat starts moving, wind blows against it, it's not going to blow open. It's going to keep it closed. Another thoughtful feature there. Now, just take a look at this bow seating. Wraps all the way around. Flip down armrests. I like that better than flip up armrests that have to get latched to be put into the stowed position. There's also beverage holders. More of the fine embroidery that we're used to seeing with Galeon, and you're also sitting into this whole area. It's a 32-inch cockpit depth. Now, just ahead, there's an aft-facing seat, and it's got a little bit of a lower lumbar support. Not really functional, but I don't find a problem with the comfort level even not using that. And of course, we can add a pedestal table to increase the functionality, and that table could be lowered. We add a filler cushion and turn the entire area into a large sun pad. I like that there are beverage holders molded in, and then speakers just above are facing aft. I like that a lot better than the speakers we usually see nestled into the side bulwarks. Those are facing inwards. These are more facing the people that are going to be listening to them. And here's a nice thoughtful feature, 2 little areas for putting quick drop items, and they're draining. Nice use of space. Now coming back in, I'm now just noticing the front quarter of this is covered with glass, tinted glass. I do see rails along the top and snaps on the side so that this can all be filled in with isinglass if we want. Now I said at the beginning that this was a capable overnighter or a weekender. Let's just see how capable. The accommodations are down below. Whoa, and first of all, that's among the easiest doors I've seen to open. It's weighted and balanced perfectly so it slides nicely. There's a latch at the bottom to keep it in the open position, and that leaves rails to both sides of the companionway. Nice touch. Let's take a look. Well, first of all, my impression is openness and airiness. 6 feet 3 inches of overhead clearance, glass all the way around. Great visibility and a lot of natural light coming down into this area. There's a U-shaped settee wrapping around an expandable table on a high-low pedestal. Let's take a look at how this conversion works. You simply remove these two cushions, and now we have an L-shaped panel here. That goes into this position on top of the pedestal table that is dropped down, and we put the filler cushions on top, and there's your berth conversion. On the aft bulkhead, there's a 32-inch flat screen TV. There's a Fusion stereo just above it. Storage solutions are to the side and underneath the seat cushions. Now let's take a look at the head. Just to starboard, the door opens. It's held open on a magnetic catch at the bottom of the stairs. There's a full-length mirror on the inside of the door. Another mirror up above the hull side window. That's in 2 cabinets there. Love that there's a hull side window with an opening port light. There's also vents above that, so we have exhaust fans. There's a vessel sink on top of a Corian counter, storage underneath. And this is actually a sizable head, 5 feet 10 inches of overhead clearance, and it's a wet head. There's a shower wand on the aft bulkhead. Now, we've also got another area to sleep at the mid-berth. This is actually a very sizable space here. Berth measures 79 inches by 54 inches, and there's an overhead clearance of 2 feet 2 inches. There are storage cabinets to both port and starboard, and I like how it's well lit with recessed lighting. Now let's take a look at Captain Steve's top 5 features in no particular order. First, the creative use of space in this boat. The cockpit is accessible from both sides of this seating. Yeah, we lose a corner seat over here, but so what? Nobody likes that seat anyway. And we've got plenty of extra room over here thanks to the drop-down balcony. Number 2, the deck. C-deck matting all the way through. Nice pattern work, and it's even logoed, but more importantly, the entire deck is single level all the way up to the bow. No steps in this 24-inch wide walkthrough to the bow. No problem. Number 3, because the beam is carried so far forward on this boat, there's tons of room in this bow alone. I mean, come on, 7 feet 7 inches between the 2 side bolsters. Number 4, not only do we have so many windows down here providing natural light, but I can see out to the water from both sides thanks to the cutout in the bulwarks over on the port hand side. So I'm looking straight out to water and the horizon beyond, and to the starboard side, all the way out to the horizon. And number 5, a little bit of a narrow opening to get into the mid-berth. 15 inches between the stairs and the side bulkhead, but Galeon thought of that. Simple latch at the bottom of the steps, and they lift up on a hydraulic support and are out of the way. Now it's a 38-inch wide opening. Very clever idea and one I have not seen before. So not only do we have spacious social zones throughout the boat, we have a lot of innovative features, plus it's the first boat to come out of the Galeon yard with outboard power. What a great way to get somebody into the Galeon brand and develop brand loyalty, as well as having somebody that owns a larger Galeon coming down to a smaller boat. It's all coming together on the 325 GTO from Galeon. And that's my full features inspection. For BoatTEST.com, I'm Captain Steve. We'll see you on the water.